Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Adobe Live. I'm the host for this morning. What's going on? Good start. I'm Finn Tracy, and I'm here with Demas Rusli. How are you, Demas?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm
Hello,
really good.
everyone.
Hey to everybody in chat. You are coming in crispy since we had you on last time. You have beefed up
Yeah, yeah.
your, your internet, and now we're getting the full Demas experience, which is great, as close to the real thing.
Look, you can see me move.
Yeah, look at the frame rate. Amazing stuff. Hey, Festus Malik, Johanna in the chat. We're over at behance.net/live. If you're watching this somewhere else, maybe over on the YouTubes, jump over into behance.net/live if you want to join the chat. And we have a very interactive day today with Demas. We've got part one and a part two. I'll let Demas chat about that in a minute, but also
Okay.
for those into photography, we also have Ichiban coming in tomorrow morning, so Saturday for our time over here in Sydney, which is going to be very exciting. So we're covering quite a lot of Photoshop today. We've got some Lightroom tomorrow, so your photography is covered by some experts, which is super cool. But Demas, what have you been up to since we've had you on last?
Since 2 weeks ago. So since I was on live 2 weeks ago, I've actually been making lots of TikTok videos.
Right.
Not like, not like dancing videos, like what you would normally think
Yeah,
TikTok videos are.
we're gonna get a dance move.
No, no, you're not. But I've been trying to like just repurpose my old photography travel videos and like story content,
Yeah.
and turn them into like different TikTok sort of videos, TikTok style videos, like 15-second style ones.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I knew that, and so we've got some prepared. I'll let you pick, but let's have a look at one or two.
So there's one, I don't know, they have different challenges and stuff on TikTok where there's one, if you see the third one right there, it says like
Yeah.
the Sagrada Familia one. That one kind of did very well for me.
Wait,
It's on
hang on a second.
31,000.
You've got like 53 views, 308,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
so random.
31,000?
It doesn't make sense. So there's a song that plays in the background and it's like a Drake song.
Yeah.
And then when like the switch, it's like a challenge where you flip the switch of a light bulb at home and then you change clothes. So my one changes the
Right.
city, like to turn into nighttime. So I'm trying to like repurpose TikTok challenges and make them more me, I guess.
Right.
More my style.
I'm kind of. Oh,
But
whoops, how did I do that? I'm not sure of the legality of playing Drake on the Adobe channel, how that works, so I'm kind of glad that the audio is not coming through.
but if you click on like the vessel, the fifth one there, the second row in the middle.
This one here or this one?
So yeah, so it's like me showing just different photos from different locations that I've been to, stuff like that. Just showing like it's like a little slideshow, I guess, but very quick.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, it's just
Yeah.
Billie Eilish coming in really hot in my headphones, and I know you guys can't hear it. It's just like bad guys just
But yes.
blasting on this one. Yeah,
So if you guys are on TikTok, come find me.
check it out. I really like that because we talked a little bit about that, remixing photos. In fact, it's a big part of what's been happening at the moment because you can't get out there, you can't travel, you can't, can't get out there and take new photos. And
Yeah.
we were talking a bit about like repurposing old work, remixing work, collaborating with people, using images that you already have, and that kind of led
Yep.
to you and some you and a friend, was it Asterix, I believe?
Yep. Yep.
Creating the free for all. So for those that haven't seen it, because it has been 2 weeks since you've been on, do you want to take us through that, and then we'll jump into some editing?
Sure. So the last month, it just ended last week actually. Within the last month, my friend and I hosted this contest called the Stay Home FFA 20. FFA stands for Free for All. And the whole idea is that we just give you guys a bunch of photos that you guys can edit. And then you can edit them however you want. There's like 70 photos in the folder. And this is just the hashtag that we're showing at the moment. I don't know why there's so many random stuff at the moment. Whoa, I think people have been spamming it.
Yeah, I think they're spamming the hashtag 'cause it's got traction. It always happens.
But yeah, if you see the top recent posts are not any of the photos from the folder.
Right.
You have to go scrolling all the way down. But we're going to be talking about that in the second half of this live stream, and we're going to be talking about like maybe 20 to 25 of my favorite edits, and we're going to be reviewing them and just showing you guys what I liked and how and basically just like you know, constructive criticism as well, like a session where we're gonna look at your photos and talk about them.
Yeah, cool. Excellent.
But yeah, I think it's like in this time of like we're all staying home and stuff, all of like we said before, repurposing content. But what I've been doing is like a lot of trying to branching out, not just staying on Instagram, but trying to branch out and try to be on lots of different platforms at once. So I started posting on Behance, I started posting on Reddit. I just started posting everywhere because like now we have time, and well, I have time, so I've been trying to do that a lot more.
Oh, cool. I like it a lot. Yeah, and I think it's the thing to do. Like if you do have the time, obviously, and you know everyone's in a different situation, but if you can and you're looking for things to do, there's so much to do. To get out there, and yeah, it's a great time to try those different platforms because there's more. I would assume there's kind of on most platforms there's probably quite an increase at the moment because you know other people have more time and other people are trying new things and all that sort of stuff.
I think YouTube as well. Like YouTube definitely, like so many people are watching YouTube now. So if you're planning on making YouTube videos, I think now's the time to do it.
Yeah, what up YouTube? We here. Super cool. Well, we actually have some editing to do for the first part. So for our first chunk of time, those that are familiar with the format, we've got our first sort of 45 minutes where we're going to be focusing on edit so we can learn from Demas, like under the hood in Photoshop doing one of his edits. So he's going to take us through that first. And then, in that second half, we're going to focus on some feedback and, critical feedback and final work, from a kind of esoteric kind of professional level as well. And that's what we're doing. So do you want to get stuck into it?
Sure.
Ready to roll?
So if you, definitely. So if you want to open up the file first, the one of the final product.
Oh yeah.
If you can.
I have that power. There it is.
So this is what we're going to be making at the moment. So I'm going to be showing you step by step on how to create this. This was a campaign that I worked on for Samsung called Optimism, Found at Home. And so the whole idea was like they challenged us to try to create content at home or near our neighborhood or in our like suburb pretty much. And so I was walking around my suburb and I found this like overpass. Like we just walk every time my wife and I do a walk around the suburb, we just take a different route. And like one day we just found this. And I decided to take a time lapse using my phone and then create a edit that goes through my phone as well.
Super cool.
But yeah, so this is what we're going to be doing today. So literally I shot this on my phone. The phone I use is a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, and there's like a function, there's a mode in there called night hyper-lapse. So all I do is literally set my phone on a tripod and press a button and record for 20 minutes and you get like the original footage. But yeah, so it's pretty easy and simple, but then like the editing gets a little bit complex, but we can go through that right now.
Right now, check it out. All right,
yeah, let's go through it right now.
Let's do it.
So I'm going to be using Adobe Premiere and then also Lightroom a little bit and also Photoshop as well.
Oh, you're jumping around. Nice.
Yeah, jumping around all the different Adobe programs today. So first, the first thing I do is just drag in the time-lapse file. So this is the original file that I got from my phone. Yeah, it's pretty like, I was so surprised how like clear and like good the time-lapse came out from just my phone. Like I didn't expect it to be like super crisp, and like the smoothness of the time-lapse and how it like moves was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I usually first like look at it and like try to figure out what I can do with it first. So this is just me like playing it back and forth a few times, just trying to think. And then, yeah, just thinking, what composition do I want? How will it work? How am I going to edit this? So this is just me like just brainstorming at the beginning, and just moving like the frame, so it's like framing it right and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the first step I do is I literally just take a screen grab of of the frame so that I could prepare it all in Photoshop. So now I literally just took a screenshot of that thing and then now I'm just opening Photoshop and then tweaking everything and making everything in Photoshop and having it in layers. And then after I finish that, I'll bring it all back into Premiere using like PNG files.
Okay.
Yeah. So here I'm opening Lightroom. I took a photo. I'm just searching through here my photos. I took some photos using my other phone of my hand holding a phone. The reason why I turned on the screen is because if it's all black, I can't see the edges. So that's why I turned it on and like put on a white screen.
Makes sense.
So it's that's a photo of my face. But yeah, so these are some photos that I took. A few I took on my camera just in case the phone one didn't work out. So the one on so this one's actually taken on my phone and this one's taken on my camera. You can see a bit of a difference, like quality wise, this one's probably better. But I found that I just wanted to be like, trying to make everything using a phone. Yeah. So I used the phone one in the end and the quality was fine. It worked out to be fine. So here I'm just tweaking the colors in Lightroom kind of quickly. Like I'm not, because it's all going to be edited later on. So I'm just trying to like balance the color. It was a bit yellow, so I just try to push it all towards so it looked more realistic, more blue. Just basically balance out that yellow. And then now, I'm just playing around kind of quickly. And then I'll bring it into Photoshop, and then I'll compose everything in Photoshop, and then we go from there.
Yeah, because you jump around you kind of go from previous streams, you'll go from Lightroom to Photoshop and then like back into Lightroom. Like you have no qualms like kind of going back and forth quite a lot.
Yeah, definitely not. And then especially with Premiere as well, like it's not as direct, but you can definitely, if you're working with video files and photo files, so like making a cinematograph, for example, I usually prepare them in Photoshop and save them off as layers as PNGs, and then I bring it back to Premiere. And because you'll save them as like inside a frame that's the same size, it literally just jump back into like the right place. You know what I mean? Like it's like perfect. So now here, I've finished editing in Lightroom, and then now I'm just like composing it in Photoshop. I'm trying to see like where should I place this phone, and just like I change the layer to 50%. So just so I can see below it. And then, so it doesn't matter if you kind of go off frame as well. You can see like the hand is kind of going off frame there on the left. I just make the crop size bigger and then I stretch out the photo later, but I'll show you how that's done. So just try to get your composition right. I just try to center the phone, make sure it's not like off center or anything. But yeah, I literally duplicate the layer and I rotate it. So I had this idea of doing like a flippy, like going upside down as well. So not just straight in. So I flipped it upside down, try to see what that looks like.
Did you know what you were how the composition was going to be like before you even went out, or like at what stage are you thinking about this composition? So
I kind of knew I wanted to flip it upside down, but the original idea was, you know how like the road at the bottom is going through the phone? Like I'm going to make it look like it's going through it. So I actually thought the top one would go through as well. But you'll see later that like it looks kind of strange. So I just left that as not going through. So like I had something in mind, but you kind of have to adapt and see what looks right and not when you're actually working with the file. And so that's what I try to do. So here I'm just trying to cut out the phone screen. So I literally just using the polygonal lasso tool and just like selecting it. I just literally drew a rectangle to begin with, and then just now I'm carving out the corners. So just trying to make it a little bit easier for myself. And then after that, you just cut out the hand around as well. So it's just like trying to make this layer where it's just completely transparent, just my hand and the phone screen is clear. So there's the phone screen gone. And then now I'm just tracing around my hand and doing the same thing.
Cool.
How's everyone going? Where's everyone from today? Let's we can chat while I cut out my hand.
Yeah, for sure. Just checking. I don't know if anyone's getting any playback issues. I'm getting some playback issues on Behance. Everything seems fine for the stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe it's just me. Let us know, chat.
On my phone screen here, it says video playback interrupted. Please try again.
Yeah, it's what keeps happening to me on Behance. YouTube's fine.
Oh yeah, I refreshed it and it's back. Festus just wrote, it's interrupted again.
Yeah, it keeps
What's
happening
happening?
to me. I'm not sure what's going on, guys.
Oh wow, I refresh it and then like 5 seconds later it says video playback interrupted.
Yeah, that's what's happening to me too. Very strange, guys. All right, let's see if we can sort this out. There has been a lot of issues. As I mentioned, Demas, there's been some weird things going on with streaming this week.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Definitely seems like a YouTube thing.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Is it happening on YouTube too? Video playback interrupted.
On YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube and also on Behance. That's a YouTube thing.
Can you like? Is there a way to like refresh it or anything?
I mean, I can cancel the event, but there's nothing wrong with the stream side of things. Like from the streaming studio, everything's totally fine, but the playback, it's just not going out.
I'm watching it on YouTube at the moment. It looks fine.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay. Hopefully it'll just catch up.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm watching it on my phone on YouTube at the moment.
Weird. So it's gone for some people and not for others.
Is that what people are saying?
I think so, yeah.
Total video blackout.
Weird. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm not sure what's going on here. It's clearly something going on with YouTube. Because we go out to YouTube and then bring it in.
I wonder what's happening.
Yeah, very strange.
It looks like I can watch it right now. I'm watching it on YouTube at the moment on the YouTube
yeah?
app. It looks like it's okay.
I keep getting it dropping out, like video playback interrupted. I'll jump around to a different thing.
Are you on YouTube browser?
Yep. Just jumping to a different Wi-Fi. See how we go. Very strange.
Oh wow. Even the website, I think there's something up.
Yeah, I think something's going on, like YouTube has crashed or something.
It says, sorry, there's a temporary issue loading your subscriptions. Please revisit this page shortly to try again. So I think there's something up with YouTube at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
Even on the home page, like, no videos appear.
YouTube is down.
Oh, wow. So can people hear us?
I'm really not sure. It seems to be like refreshing okay. Like when I refresh, we're further through, and it gives us like a minute, and then it dies.
The app is fine, but I think that something's up with the website.
Yeah. Well, we stream through the website, so if there's something up with the website, then there's something up with the stream, yo.
Something's up with the server, yeah. I can't even do anything. Even on the app, actually. Can't really do much.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I can't even play videos on the app.
Incredible.
Like normal videos. Can't even do that. Yeah. Wow. Okay, it's all gone now. The app's all gone as well.
Oh dear. Oh man. Yeah, so I know some of you can hear us and some of you can't. It's a waiting game, I suppose. We'll see. We'll see in the next like 5-10 minutes if YouTube decides to come back. But otherwise, we might need to reschedule because we don't want to miss a big chunk of it.
Yeah.
Are you up? Would you be up for that, Demas?
Yeah, of course I'll be up for it.
All right. We'll see if we can bring it back because we can salvage it. We got time, so we'll see if it comes back.
Yeah.
If it's only a few minutes, then that's no big deal. But if it's like something that's going to happen throughout the entire stream, then probably worth rescheduling.
It's pretty crazy. Can't believe YouTube's down.
Man, all right, that's it. We're moving to TikTok. Everyone pack your bags. TikTok is the place to be. Billie Eilish in the background every stream.
There's people that's been live on TikTok for like days.
Really? What do you mean? Like they just have their phone plugged in permanently and they're just
and then like there's this guy that's like going for the live stream world record or something I saw.
Oh right.
And like he's just recording him sleeping. So people just watching him sleeping.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I don't know,
people
man.
do out there on
am I getting really old or is that just crazy?
I don't know.
I don't know what the kids are up to these days, man. That's nuts. I'm keeping the video going just in case, you're hanging out. It's working for some folks, but yeah, it looks like everyone that I'm chatting with and us, Johanna, Festus, yeah, seems to be crashing quite a bit, but it might ping back. So I'm assuming this is just some massive server load issue. We had some issues. I was telling you before the stream, there's been some issues with streaming with all sorts of stuff. Slack crashed yesterday. I don't know if you're aware about that. My entire Twitter blew up about it because everyone's a designer and all the designers use Slack. People like, did Slack crash or was I just fired? So someone said, and so that crashed with Johanna and I when we were trying to get some stuff done after the stream. Zoom like just kaploded the other day. I mentioned. I just wonder if it's just because there's so many people like online.
Yeah,
or something.
maybe. But why on a Friday morning? Maybe it's nighttime in America, maybe?
Nighttime in the US, it's like 5 o'clock.
People are just finishing work, maybe.
Yeah, they gotta watch Hulu and Netflix and YouTube. It's gotta happen.
And YouTube, yeah. Oh wow, we can do like a podcast session where you just listen to our voices.
That's right.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the 5 to 9 podcast.
yeah. Let's knock out one of your podcasts while we're here. Just like How is the 5 to 9 podcast going, by the way?
It's slowly. We're trying to bring back season 2. So we're currently in the process of editing the first episodes of season 2. Yeah, we recorded 5 so far, and then we need to record some more after that.
Nice. Just letting everybody know in Behance chat if they're trying to bring it back.
I've never heard of YouTube crashing. This is
World first right here.
yeah.
I've lost your camera, by the way.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's no big deal. I'm the only one that can see it. So that's fine.
I wonder where it went.
Oh, you're back. There you are.
Hello. I don't know what happened. It just like there's an app that runs my camera, and the app just turned off by itself.
Ah. Yeah, I think the app logo came up over the camera.
Yeah. Snap camera.
Yep.
I can put like face filters on my face with snap camera.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I might have to look into that. I keep meaning to do more fancy fun things. There's so much I want to do, like with the stream. Like I was thinking of ideas the other day, and I was thinking, oh yeah, look at that little dude. I was playing around with character.
Look, I'm an avocado. Yeah.
That seems good. Oh, I'm gonna have to get this. Oh, you can be Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
Do not try with a friend. What?
Whoa, my teeth are all colorful. What the? But yes. I need to figure out how to get rid of this now. How do I do no filter?
It's so funny. If you refresh the page, we're back. Like it's fully us streaming. So we're streaming the whole time here.
Oh wow, everyone's seeing my face all tatted up right now.
Well, only if they refresh, but then it just dies again. Like it just goes.
Oop.
We're probably DDoSing every time we refresh. DDoSing YouTube.
What does that mean?
It's like when you intentionally like spam a server with so much information that the server overloads. They do it with like gaming and stuff. Like they'll DDoS like the Warcraft server, and like you won't be able to log into the servers because they're under a DDoS attack. And it's just like some hacking thing that they can like just spam it with data in some way.
Right.
YouTube's down. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't know how to I don't know how to get rid of my face filter.
Oh man. I'd love to be able to do it to other people, like guests and stuff. Like I want to do like a talk show style thing. Like, like the 5 to 9 podcast, like my podcast. Like I want to do like a more talking heads kind of show. Every now and then, like maybe once every 2 weeks or something on here. And but to do it, I want to be able to like banish people and like promote people during the stream. Like if someone makes a really dumb comment, I want to be able to turn them into an avocado or something like you did.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. Funny. Like a 5-minute avocado ban. It's like, all right, yep, no, that was silly. You're an avocado.
You're an avocado now.
That would be cool.
How do I do this, Flynn? I can't get rid of my face filter.
I got no idea.
Where? Oh, there we go. I just click on it again.
Oh, you're back.
There you go. Yep.
Oh yeah. So Johanna,
back in my house.
Can you? Presumably.
I'm not in space anymore.
But we will get to a point where if we're not back permanently, we'll have missed so much of what we wanted to share. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It's out of our hands, really.
This is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's YouTube. Surely it's going to be back at some stage.
Yeah.
But we don't want to miss a big chunk. It's so funny that the stream hasn't been interrupted, like, because like the streaming in the stream studio and the web page won't load, but we're clearly still streaming. Like Johanna can hear us when she refreshes.
You reckon if you turn the stream off and then try to get it back on, it might not work anymore? Maybe.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned about that. I can't even. I couldn't turn it off. I could close the web page. So my web page is just stuck. I press refresh.
Right.
I mean, I could stop the stream in the. I could stop the stream in the software that I use, but then I can't refresh the page to reconnect it. So yeah, we'd just be gone permanently.
Joanna said she can see and hear us. How is that? How are you doing that, Joanna?
What is this wizardry?
Yeah, she fixed YouTube by herself.
Yeah, could you fix it for everybody? That'd be awesome. It's crazy. I'm gonna try Firefox. Maybe.
It doesn't work on. Oh yeah, maybe. I've been trying on Chrome everywhere, but even the YouTube app itself is not working.
Yeah, it's clearly a server issue, but worth a shot.
It's a 429. It's a 429 problem. It says
429. Yeah, it's not working on anything for me.
The error code is 429. Lucky it's not 529.
Error code 529.
Actually, whoa, it's back. Is it back? I think it's back.
Really?
The app's working again.
Okay.
I can load videos now on my app, and YouTube Live is back. I can see it.
Okay. Might be coming back, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on.
Yeah, and the website's back. Website's back.
Okay. What do we think? We'll let chat.
I think
let chat let us know.
we've only been like down for maybe 10 minutes or something.
Yeah. Let's see. You let us know, chat, if you can see us. It's looking good. It's looking okay. But definitely want confirmation from our friends in chat.
So I'm gonna refresh Behance now.
Cool. Oh yeah, Johanna, we're back, are we?
We're back.
Anybody else?
It looks like the chat's funny. It looks like Joanna's just talking to herself about denial of service attack and 5-minute avocado ban. I think we're back.
I think we're back. I'm glad we stuck with it. Corey can hear us, yes. Good stuff. Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, guys, thank you. Sorry about that. Well,
oh, we didn't do anything. We just sat here and played with Snapchat filters.
Can they rewatch this and like see me as an avocado?
I think so. Like, I think it would probably have recorded, like the way that it was behaving. I'm assuming it was live playback was the issue.
Yeah, right.
Because we were streaming the whole time. The data was getting to. The data was definitely getting to YouTube, which means it probably just recorded us kind of going, well, me looking around like a pigeon, and your Snapchat filters. Right, we're back.
We're back.
And now, the greatest live stream of all time.
Hey.
So do you want to? So what we did is we actually kept kind of going because this is an in process kind of video that we have here of Demas when Demas did this. So maybe Demas, you can try to fill in as best you can some of the steps, and also we can go back and check out some of the steps. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to where we were before.
All right.
And we can kind of like scrub through. Keep going back to the Photoshop. This is already back in Premiere. So like, keep going back a little bit more.
A little bit more.
A little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, so somewhere around here. We can start again here. So this is So this is me already cutting up my hand and then bringing back that the upside down layer. And then this is how I bring the road through it. So literally I just put a layer mask on top of that top phone layer. And so now the bottom road is going through it. So I'm basically, with a layer mask, you're just hiding parts of a layer. You're just painting black and hiding parts of a layer. And so now I'm bringing that front road. This is the composition of how the front road goes through the phone. And then after this, I try to do the same thing. I add another layer at the bottom just to give it and make it really low opacity, just to give it like a sense that it's a shape of a phone. Like the bottom, you can still see through it. And then what I did next is I created a phone screen. And to do that, I just painted white where the phone screen is and changed the opacity to something quite low. I think I did like 15% there. And then again, I use a layer mask and brush like a very soft, using a soft brush the bottom part. So it kind of fades into it. So the road at the bottom doesn't have a screen because the road's going through it. And then it fades into it, the top where it has a screen again. And then if you kind of skip a little bit forward, this is just me tidying up the phone a little bit. Here I'm fixing up some shadows. So the shadow looks quite blue. So I'm using the replace color tool to just desaturate the shadow there. So I picked the color blue on my hand on the shadow. I picked the shadow color and then I just desaturated it using the replace color tool. And then next, I think I try to see what it looks like with the road going through. Actually, I tried that already, it didn't work out, and now I'm gonna export everything out. So change the file size to exactly what it was on Premiere, and I turn off all the layers, and then I save them one by one. So this is the background layer. It's just saving them off. The background can be a JPEG because it's just a background. And then I save off this screen, so you can very faded. It's very faded, but you can see the screen because it's very low opacity. I saved that off as a PNG. I saved
anything
also
that you want to have a transparency needs to be a PNG, so that you have the which is called alpha. They call those alpha channels in Premiere. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Actually, yeah, I think so. Because the alpha channels just become black and white, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But this is like a PNG where it's got a color on top. So then you just keep dragging the layers on top of each other, and just build it up the same way in Premiere as you would in Photoshop as the layers. So now I'm trying to line up the video layer to the photo that I had as a background, because it's the same photo. It's the same video, same photo. So I'm just moving it in place. And then I do the same to the top as well. And what you do, you just create a mask. So you just remove the road from the photo, so the video shows through below it. And that's essentially what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just lining it up. And there's a button on the left. It's like the pen tool or something. And you use the pen tool to just draw around the road. And it can be a very rough selection. It doesn't have to be like precise or anything. Where is it? So yeah, where is it? You can, wait, I think I'm about to do the pen tool stuff, because I think that's quite important to see how to transition from a photo to a video. So now everything's lined up. You click that pen tool over there on the left, and then I just start drawing around the road there and invert the mask. There we go. And change the feathering to like 50. So now you can see like that top part's moving because I've gotten rid of it in the photo. And then I tried to do it for the bottom, but I feel like Premiere doesn't let you do two masks on one layer maybe sometimes. So I ended up bringing the bottom video layer to the top and then masking that on top. So instead of cutting out from the background, I just put a video on top of it.
Right.
It works the same way.
Yeah, like it ends up with the same visual result, just a different approach.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think that's important to remember, like with a lot of these apps, like Premiere and like even Photoshop in a lot of ways, there's lots of different ways to do it. And it's important to kind of play around. There's not always, there's so often not just one way to do stuff. And poking around and trying different methods is always a really, really good thing to do.
Yeah, for sure.
You can go online and search like, well, how could I do something like this? And then try it. It might not work for some reason. But the more you get to learn your way around, the more you can think, well, actually, okay, well, if that didn't work, maybe I should do this, or maybe it's not working because of this, and to get your desired result.
Yeah, I also like when I make my tutorials on YouTube, I always try to keep like the steps where I kind of did something and it didn't work, just to show people like
Right.
it might be a little bit of a waste of a time because it's like, why am I watching this? Not even working. But I wanted to show that like there's a process to getting through it. Like it doesn't just happen. So you have to like work through it, keep playing with the app, keep playing with the programs, and just like try to make it work somehow, right? Like even if what you're doing is maybe not the right way to do it, as long as you get there in the end, I think it's okay. But yeah, so now you've got the videos coming through, and now you can see the roads moving. So that's all we need to be moving in this instance, in this video. The next thing I do is I didn't want the top and the bottom to be like identical. Like I didn't want the road, so I just shifted the positioning of the videos. So now like it's doing different things.
Right.
At just a different point.
The rates. So it's the same video, but because you've offset the timing. It looks like
the start and end point are just different. Yeah. And then later on, I also reverse like the top video. So in a way, it kind of looks like the cars are going through from the bottom and then coming out from the top, maybe.
Coming back. Yeah.
So it's like you reverse the video. So here I'm just dropping in the files again from the layers from before. So now you can see it already magically does it for you because you've already prepared the layers in Photoshop. So that's already getting quite close to the final product, I guess. That layer before I was talking about with like the phone, the very fainted phone at the bottom, just to see the shape, it didn't really show up because I think sometimes when you export a PNG with like already a transparency, it doesn't work out. So I brought it in at 100% and then I made it transparent, like more transparent in Premiere. So I just did the same thing as I did in Photoshop, but I did it in Premiere. So I did it 100%, exported a PNG, drop it back in, and then change it to 10% in Premiere, like I did in Photoshop. Yeah, I guess the next part is like a lot of color grading. So now you've got your video ready. You could, like, if you're happy with the colors here, you could literally just export that out and you'll be done. But I try to, like, when I'm color grading, I try to make it more blue, as I've spoken in the past. I love like more blue tones and cooler colors. Yeah. And so to color grade, I just use a bunch of adjustment layers. So you create a new adjustment layer, bring it to the part, like right now I'm just changing the colors of the background because I slid it in between the layer of the foreground and the background. So now that's the hand layer is not changing colors. It's just the video layers in the background that's changing colors. So you use the Lumetri color panel on the right here, or if it's not there, you just type up Lumetri color in the effects panel and literally just go through the sliders like you would in Lightroom to color grade it. Maybe you can skip this because it's just like, but like it's a very personal preference kind of thing. You could color grade it any way you want. I use the tone curves here, and then I started using the color curves as well. It's basically the same as Lightroom, the HSL panels, but instead of like sliders, it's a curve.
Yeah.
So you just pick
I'm
points
just curious
and go up
as
and
to
down.
what you're doing here. Like, what are you looking for? I'm trying to watch the changes in the in the final work?
So in Lightroom, there's like the HSL panels, right? So you can change the hue of blue to either aqua or purple, right? So this is the same thing. So this is the hue versus saturation graph, the first one. So I'm changing the saturation of the red, the orange, the yellow. So up and down is the same as the sliders left and right in Lightroom.
Right.
So it's basically the same thing what you're doing in Lightroom, but Premiere does it using a graph. And yeah, so I'm just trying to bring out the blues and trying to push blues towards aqua a little bit in here in the so just trying to brighten it up a little bit and not make it as orange or not as yellow.
And I noticed, excuse me, almost like with the sliders, like I've noticed you using the sliders before, you'll often do it really extreme one way, really extreme the other way to kind of see like what are the most extreme versions of this, and then to find which way to go and everything. And I can see that you're doing you have a similar method here. You kind of really kind of wobbling it so it's really extreme, and then you're like, oh, okay, finding exactly where.
Yeah, you find the balance. You go up, down, up, down, up, down, and then you find the balance until you get the right one that you want in your head. Like you just like, I don't know, for me when I'm editing, when I see the right colors, I just kind of like, oh, that's nice. I just stop and then go to the next slider. I think that's like the tip for Lightroom, right? If you're starting out learning Lightroom, just like experiment with everything and there's no right or wrong answer. You just have fun with it.
Yep.
And then I'm going back to the like more like bigger adjustments. Oh, now I'm changing the colors of my hand to just match it. So I click the top layer, which is my hand layer, and literally just like do the same thing. But I don't think I went as extreme with the curves. I just like basically color match the background. You can kind of skip this a little bit as well if you want, because it's sort of the same steps repeated.
Yeah, I was just my final question on this section with this adjustment layer. Does the adjustment layer automatically affect just the layer below it, or does it affect every layer? Like, is there a way to change that?
So it only affects the layers below it.
Right.
I don't think there's a way, like, you know how in Photoshop you can do like clipping masks?
Yeah.
Where it only affects just one layer below it. I don't think you can do that. If you want to do that, I literally just change the colors on that layer. It works the same way, kind of thing, like a clipping mask, because you can kind of tweak the colors again. It's not like it's not destructive.
Yeah.
So it works. But yeah, and then at the end of it, I wanted to color grade the whole thing all at once, and so I put another adjustment layer at the very top, I think.
Right.
So I just used a bunch of adjustment layers and also color grade right on the layer sometimes too. So you just have to play around with that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Move on.
I think color. Like after a while, I started like trying to push the blues out heaps more. So like if you skip it a little bit, it just gets more and more blue.
Right.
Yeah. Here I've already got that adjustment at the top. I think this is the final colors I started doing. Yeah. I'm just tweaking at the moment to try to get a good thumbnail. So like usually I just keep the first frame as a thumbnail sometimes. So I'm tweaking it. I'm trying to find a point where it looks nice on the bottom and at the top. So I'm adjusting the position of the start point of the video. So now see, if you look at that, you've got like all lines coming through. Yeah. So now I'm also doing the same for the top.
And so good thumbnail. Where is that scene? Like, would you save that as a separate JPEG or something? Like,
on Instagram you can I probably should explain. On Instagram you can pick the cover. You can pick what the thumbnail is on your feed. So the reason why I'm trying to pick this thumbnail is because, or pick the starting point, is because so it looks nice on the feed on Instagram.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We have a question from chat from our good friend Mark Conlon. Good to see you, mate. Happy Friday. He says,
Yo,
Demas,
Mark.
he says, Demas, how do you make such amazing photos? Tell us your secrets.
I
Sounds
think
more like
you
a
can ask the same
compliment than a
question.
question. But
You can ask the same question to Mark. How do you make such amazing drawings?
yeah.
Tell us your secrets. If you guys don't know Mark's work, you guys should all check it out because it's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm very close to finishing. So the colors right there, I'm really liking it because it's like the blue's popping. It's sort of got that like cyberpunk feel to it. And the red, like I wanted the red to contrast a lot with the blue, and that's like I guess the good thing about doing long exposure photography is because when you get the back of a car, you get the red trails and the red lights, and the contrast between red and blue is always like really cool to see in like night photography, in my opinion. One more thing I did here is like I went back to Photoshop and I created a shadow. So I was feeling that like the video was looking a little bit flat.
Mm-hmm.
So I created this shadow so that there's just a little bit more depth in the video. And to do that, you literally duplicate the layer, make it black, just make it feel black, and then add a Gaussian blur. And then I cut the screen out so it's not coming through on that middle part where the screen is. Mm-hmm. And then now you have a shadow. And then again, I save it as a PNG and bring it back to Premiere.
I really
I was just gonna say like basically the Photoshop file is just like a template file, right? You just go back and forth, and you just use your still and then try to make that into a video. Yeah.
Cool. Mark was saying you never answered the question. He said, "Nice shirt, Flynn." Yeah. So you know how Fridays are normally like casual Friday in the office?
You're doing the opposite.
We're doing the opposite. So we're doing fancy Fridays. So a lot of the streamers are doing fancy Fridays. I think Howard.
I didn't get the memo. I should have.
Yeah, I should have. I forgot to tell you about
or something.
I was too busy crashing YouTube. Yeah, next time we'll try and I'll remember. But yeah, so it's Fancy Friday. I don't have a top hat or a monocle, but that's coming.
Next Friday. Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm just like tweaking the mask again, just cleaning it up a little bit. Just making sure that it's clean, looking right. But yeah, and then after this, I just literally add music to it. I subscribe to a music service called Epidemic Sound, so I just try to find a track that matches it. And then there's always a point in a song where it kind of loops again. You can try to make it loop, so I always try to do that. And then after that, you can adjust the size of the video so it matches the loop of the song. So I think my Premiere was starting to get like a little bit slow because there's so many layers now and so many adjustment layers and all the lumetric color changes. So I exported it out as a video and brought it back in so it can play back right. And just me testing it with the music. So that top layer right now is the exported version.
Right.
And that's what it looks like.
So even on your beast of a computer, because I know you have like a really super powerful computer, you can notice it's starting to happen like the more you're adding in.
Yeah, when you start getting lots of layers in Premiere or even in Photoshop when it starts going crazy, like it still slows down. But Photoshop's not as much as Premiere. Photoshop's been okay for me actually. But because it's sort of like a very fast time lapse, you can kind of slow it down a little bit, and so I slow it down. You just hold R on the keyboard, and it stretches it, so it doesn't like it makes it slower. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's in that timeline, you can see it's like 84% or something like that. Is that what I'm reading correctly? Yeah, something like
that. There was a question about which is best, Photoshop, so PSD or PNG for exporting to Premiere.
So I usually just use PNG layers. I've never tried PSD actually. I don't know what that does. That export all the layers at once? I'm
not sure about video. Like over time, PSD has become so universal, so that you can put it into your file and then go back into
and extract layers, right?
Yeah, and do things like that. So I'm not sure. That's a good thing to test. That's a really good question.
Yeah, I kind of just like go layer by layer and just use PNGs usually. But yeah, here's a part of me trying to pick the song, but you guys can't hear it. So
Which is good because I don't
once
subscribe
you
to Epidemic Sound, so I don't want to get flagged.
so once you like find that point where it loops again, I think this is where I find it. So it's a bit too long, so I just drag everything back.
Yeah.
And you just hold R again, and then while you hold R, you drag back. So it's not changing the like length of the video, you're just changing the speed of the video. And that's about it. That's basically the whole edit. And we managed to catch up, which is great.
Yeah, which is awesome. How important is music in something like this?
So in the past, right, when I was making my first ever like cinemagraphs and loops, and I never wanted to put music because on an Android phone, it doesn't loop properly. Like as in when the video ends, there's like a half a second stop and then it plays again. And with music, it emphasizes that stop a lot more.
Right.
Because you can hear it as well as see it. So in the past, I never wanted to put music on my videos and my cinemagraphs and loops and stuff. But I realized, like, I mean, most people are on iPhones and iPhones don't do that. And even on an Android, people are just watching it once usually. They're not really watching the loop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think adding music really gives a lot more to it. Like it gives it so much more dimension and like gets you more in the mood. It's like watching a video on YouTube, right? If it's got like bad music, you kind of don't really want to watch it anymore sometimes. Or like, or
sometimes
if you really enjoy the music,
a tutorial and there's like just crazy like house in the music in the background. It's like time and a place, dude. It's like, I know that you really like this song, but you can't even hear them over the top of like whatever their musical preference is.
But like when I'm looking for music, I always try to see what the mood is, and then when if it's like a scene of, I don't know, people walking or like a beach or something, I always try to bring also sound effects as well.
Yeah.
So like sound of the ocean, sound of cars moving, or sound of people walking. So you should always think about the sound because it always plays a big part in your videos.
Yeah.
This is actually the last step that I'm doing here. I found that like the top part was too same. So like the road at the top, when it hits the phone, it just was the same. So this is me trying to separate it. So like I created a mask from inside the phone, so it just stays there. But then the background where it's outside the phone, I add a Gaussian blur, so that like it looks like it's giving more depth, and it's not like a flat video in the background of it. So right now I'm just separating out the two layers. So here is just like the phone bit. So I'm just going to keep that as is. And then for the background part, I'm going to add a Gaussian blur. So it, yeah, see, I've turned it off now. I've turned that background off. Yeah, you'll see that I just add like a little bit of a Gaussian blur so that it just gives it a little bit more difference between the outside of the phone and inside of the phone. But I think like, obviously this is a very surreal edit and like you would never see this scene in real life. So like you just have to think about like what will happen if it was real or whatever. Like you would give it a little bit more depth from the phone, just so, and also you want separation from the phone and the outside as well. Yeah. Yeah, it took me like a couple of days to realize it. So like I sat on it for a couple of days and then I recorded my screen again. Yeah, this is me testing out what it would look like if the road was offset. So like usually I think it would, like normally, right, the background would be smaller, so it's like should be offset as well. But I found that looked a little bit strange, so I decided not to go with it. I just decided with a Gaussian blur.
Does that happen a lot? Like going away for a couple of days and coming back and seeing it fresh and thinking, oh, maybe I might try this or do this, or it's not quite there yet, or actually it's perfect.
Definitely.
I'm gonna post it now. Yeah.
Definitely. Like, or sometimes like you finish something, you love it, and then like you just go off, have dinner or like take a shower or something. And you come back and you have another look at it. Sometimes your mind changes, or like you have another thought while you're doing something completely different.
Yeah.
So yeah, just have a play with it and just like at the end of it, like you know that when you produce it on Instagram, whatever, it's going to be your best work at the time. It doesn't have to be like the best work in the world. It just has to be your best work at the time, because then you just improve it for next time.
Yeah.
So yeah, here I've already added the.
Oh, sorry, you go.
Yeah. So I've tested it in Premiere. You can get all the layers. Oh, awesome! I should use that next time. Thank you, Yusuf.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for doing the experiment for us.
But yeah, so now I've already added the blur at the background. So now I think it looks much better. Like it just gives that phone a little bit more pop. Just from just adding that little bit of Gaussian blur in the background.
So with the music, because like you subscribe to something in some sort of way, so you're allowed to use it. Can you just use it on any platform? Because like music royalties can be very tricky. So how does that work? Because you mentioned Epidemic Sounds, which I've heard other people mention before. But how does it work? I'm just curious.
I subscribe to the business plan, so you can. So it's just a different payment system, I think. So I think I pay $15 a month or something. And for that, I can use it on any video I put out on YouTube. Even if they're monetized, you can still use it.
Right.
I think you can't use it for like commercial stuff though. So like where you're working for a client and then they want the music. So I think that works. But if it's for your own channels, I think it's fine because you're paying for the subscription.
Right. Right.
So for Instagram, you type in all your social media details as well. So like your Instagram account, your YouTube account, so they can check it as well, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So what happens if you
we
unsubscribe?
Yeah.
Like your videos.
Then maybe
like
they'll
copyright. Maybe.
Yes, I think so. I think that's the way it works.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd have to.
Because 529 was subscribed, but before. Oh, sorry, we weren't subscribed, but we were just using the music. You can just use the music as well, but you weren't subscribed. So we wanted to subscribe only when we could monetize the account on 529.
Right.
And so the previous videos, it had like copyright infringement when we put it up, but then we just can't monetize that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But yes,
Very cool.
So this is it, basically.
Yeah, that's the end. It's very close to the end. I should just mention we're about to do some Q&A as well. So I know Johanna has mentioned in chat at behance.net/live. If you're watching on YouTube and you're wondering what chat we're talking about the Behance chat. So come on over, ask us questions. We're going to get into part 2 in a minute. But yeah, good time to ask some questions, as long as they're not about what happened to YouTube 30 minutes ago, because we don't know. We don't know. We were playing with filters.
But luckily it was only like 10 minutes or something. Like it wasn't like an hour.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it worked out. Good. Yeah.
So when you post this at 4:5 ratio, I think, is that right?
Yeah. The minimum I go for like video files is 1080 by 1350, which is 4:5.
Yeah.
But if I have a video file that's bigger, I usually try to use that. So I just make it like 1536 by 1920 or something. Or like I've kind of already done the maths. I've done it so many times I remember the numbers.
Yeah.
And then exporting, I just export it as H.264, just like the normal settings. I don't really touch any other settings. And that's it. Yeah,
what's your posting strategy? Do you like use Dropbox to get it to your phone, or what do you normally do?
Yeah, so once I save it, my Premiere and my Lightroom all save directly to a specific Dropbox folder. So it goes straight to Dropbox and straight to my phone, like automatically, because it's automatically syncing to that folder every time. Yeah.
And you'll often write like quite a long description. I've noticed as well. Like usually when I read the caption, like when you're out on site or it's like a travel photography, you usually kind of talk a little bit about the significance of the location or the cultural significance or something like that. Like I always learn like a little bit of history from it. Do you like?
Yeah,
do you find that important?
I'm interested in that myself. Yeah, I'm interested in that myself. So when I'm there or when I'm editing at home, I always try to like Google and try to find a few facts about it.
Yeah.
and might as well just share it. As you know, like I find it interesting, so I hope you guys find it interesting too.
Yeah, totally.
I always like, I don't know, just give a bit of a background on why this is happening, or like why I'm posting this, or why I was here, or anything interesting about the location, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think it gives it a little bit more like depth to your image.
Yeah, I totally agree. And and I think that whole like level of engagement, like asking questions as well for people that are looking at it, like, hey, have you ever been here? Have you ever been somewhere like this? I think is really good to encourage people to have a chat with you and interact. So it's more of a, you know, it's going both ways, not just spitting out more images on Instagram and stuff. So let's look at the final version, just for anyone that may have missed, because I know we've got a few new people in watching now that YouTube is alive and well. So yeah. Do you want to just remind us again? This was all shot on your phone or during this?
Yeah, so the time lapse was shot. Yeah, the time lapse was shot on my phone when I was just walking around my neighborhood in Sydney, and I flipped it upside down, and I also took the photo of my hand holding the phone on another phone. So everything I created here was on a phone, but edited on a computer.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do a lot with a phone
these
days.
Pretty incredible what you can do.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's fade in. We are at Q&A time. So let us know if you do have questions. Amanda was saying any videos with the music already on it don't get copyright strikes. This is with Epidemic Sounds that we were talking about, because you had a license at the time of posting.
Posting.
Yeah, which is interesting. So maybe you could like plan like just a ton of posting, get a month, and then don't do that. It's good to pay people for their creative work, obviously. So it's great.
There's also good music on there.
Yeah, especially if you're monetizing it as well, or it's helping your career, or you're getting some sort of commercial value out of it. It's really good to do. So yeah, we are at Q&A time. So I've got a question which kind of segues us into the second part, which is the competition. How many people entered the Stay Home Free for All 20?
At the time it ended, I think it was like just over 5,500.
Yeah,
there was
that's a
5,500 posts on the hashtag.
Wow,
which is crazy.
Yeah, that is a lot. And where was everyone from? Do you know? You probably don't have like data.
So most people, I think most people were from like outside of Australia and US. So there's 3 prize categories. One was Australia prize, one was US prize, and the last one was the world prize. Mm-hmm. The reason being, the sponsors that helped us out with the contest could only send stuff to certain parts. So like Adorama could only send stuff to the US, and Samsung Australia could only send the phone to Australian residents. Yeah. We wish that we could have sent it worldwide, but it just sometimes doesn't work out.
Oh, definitely.
But luckily, yeah.
Competition rules are very strict in Australia and very specific in Australia. It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah. Luckily, DJI can ship worldwide, so they provided us with a drone for the world winner, which is awesome. Like, it's all good prizes. All the winners win Adobe subscriptions for a year, and what else? And also some backpacks as well. So yeah, there's some good prizes for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the competition has ended now, so
it ended last week, and I announced all the winners already this week, actually.
Yeah, which sort of segues quite well into the second half, because we were talking about reviewing some work. So Demas gets asked all the time for feedback and gets lots of submissions, and this has been obviously like a whirlwind of submissions of people entering this competition and publicly showing their work. And so we were chatting about Demas coming on last week to do some, reviews of work, but we thought it would be good if we let the competition finish, because we might have given some people maybe some unfair advantage if they got some critical feedback on the feed. So now that it's finished, Demas has gone through and selected the winners, which we'll look through now, and so we can kind of critique and have a look at what they did and how they did it. And also some of the other kind of notable mentions that did something really interesting that we can show and talk about and things like that. There was one more question before we segue into that part, though. Why am I saying segue so many times? There was a question about posting. Like, do you use any scheduling tools for your posting, like Buffer or anything like that, or do you straight up post from your phone?
No, I just straight up post on my phone everything. I use an app called Preview to just see what the feed looks like. There's also another app. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Unum, UNUM. So that's both very similar apps. I think you can post straight from those apps, but I never use them to post. I just use them to plan. So just to see what my feed will look like in a couple of days, or to see, if it matches or not, or if it's weird there or whatever.
So that's a bit more of a curatorial look at it rather than something that's helping you post more efficiently or post for you or schedule or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't really use them is because all of them, you have to put in your password to these like third-party apps.
Right.
And so I don't really want to put in my password.
Yeah. Data is very important. And if you're like, well, I got no idea who built this app, where this information's going, how secure it is, what they're doing with it. Yeah, I think that's a smart move. And there was another question. Have you entered any competitions yourself? Like, is that something that you do or you used to do? Like enter a competition like the one that you've just run with Asterisk?
Of course.
Yeah.
I entered. There was two or maybe more FFA contests that was happening like in the last few weeks. So I entered a couple as well. But like in the past, I used to do them a lot more. And actually, so Asterisk ran one 2 years ago and actually came third in his one.
You came third in his competition?
Yeah, it's like 2 years ago.
Right.
Maybe was it last year? But yeah, like last year we didn't join up, but like he picked I wasn't expecting anything, but he picked my shot to win third, and I won a backpack from it, which is cool.
Nice.
But yeah, I do love entering these types of competitions because lots of the times it's photos that I've never been to before, and it's cool to see how other people have taken photos and how you can make it your own. But yeah, if you want to like bring it to my screen, I can show you a couple of them.
Let's give me a sec. YouTube Pro, Streaming Pro over here. There we go.
Are you on my screen? I can't see anymore.
Yeah, we're on your screen. So
okay.
We're on your Instagram.
Awesome.
And look at this,
so,
4K monitor to 4K monitor. It looks beautiful.
Is it looking
so
good?
Crispy. It looks great.
Awesome.
I'm so excited.
So I didn't I created these edits, the ones I did in the past, like they were from the FFA as well. Like the files were from the FFA, right? So like this one, the ones we've been doing in the past few weeks are all from the FFA. But then I created this one from Jord Hammond's FFA, he's a friend of mine, but like his photos are amazing. So I tried to create something my own using his photos. And then this one as well was for his FFA as well. And then one more I did for the World Shooters FFA. So this is another one. So I combined like 4 photos here to create this edit.
Cool.
But yeah, I love creating these edits because like I do it for my own photos. So I love trying it with other people's photos too.
Awesome.
Hopefully, like in the future, I want to do a YouTube video where like I edit like my followers' photos or my subscribers' photos. So hopefully that will happen soon.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So hopefully we can. I think we can do something cool with it.
Maybe we could do that here.
So yeah. Oh, maybe we can for sure one day.
We'll do both. We'll do both.
Let's do both.
There was just a question from Roman. Will you please review my submission? Would love to hear your feedback. And I'm bringing it up because I'm pretty sure that we do actually have yours somewhere. I remember seeing your name.
Oh yeah?
I think so. Yeah, it might be the last tab that you have on there. So I believe we're going to get to that. We'll see how we go.
Sure.
Yeah, so keep the questions coming. But yeah, we might continue to go. Maybe we'll jump into the review. And you can see
Alan,
chat as well, I think.
Alan asked how long did it take to go through the entries. Terry and I live in Sydney, Terry lives in LA, so like there's a massive time difference. We went through maybe 2 or 3 hours every night just chatting on WhatsApp for like
gosh,
3 nights straight. So I was up at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and it was 10 a.m., 11 a.m. in LA. And so we did it like, maybe 1 or 2 hours, 3 hours every day just to get this, because it was so many entries. And it was so hard to pick. Like literally, you'll see later that like all the entries, even just these selections that I've picked today are amazing. And it's crazy how like the level of competition, it was so high and the creativity was just so high. It was really amazing to see.
Awesome.
Should we just go through it then?
Yeah, absolutely. You're driving, so it's up to you to go through here. We can feel free to ask questions as we're going through chat as well.
So these 5 posts here were in the honorable mention, so we're going to go through them today. Let's just go through it first. So this is the Australian winner. His Instagram is pocketdrone_. I thought this was really cool. Well, Terry and I thought this was super awesome because he used like, if you look here, he used like 1, 2, 3, 5 photos and combined them all to create this, which is crazy. It's kind of seamless. Like you can see the train coming through, the trees, and then there's another layers of like 2 mountains. I think like if I was to constructive criticize it, like
that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Let's do it.
I think the person's a little bit too big, but I mean, in the comments, a lot of people are writing this as well. But I think we concluded that it could be like a giant looking, overlooking New York City or something. So we don't know, but I think like it could be a little bit smaller, just so it's not too out of scale. But I think adding a person there is still better than not adding a person.
Right.
Because it just gives it a bit more life, and you can kind of imagine yourself standing there, even though you're not like that tall. But yeah, it's really cool. Like he blends in the sky and the mountain layers and the trees and the train, everything like quite seamlessly, and it's really cool to see.
Awesome.
And looking at his like other work, like he's usually posting drone photos, right? Like just like straight up drone photos. So it was so like surprising to see the edit come out like this, because not something he usually does.
So because it's a different kind of style, like a heavy, like
definitely
kind of a heavy edit. Yeah,
exactly. So it was such a welcoming surprise to see like an edit come out like this, especially from someone who doesn't usually edit like this. So yeah, I would recommend him do more like this if he can, because it's amazing. It's good work. Next, I think he's in the chat, Mikey. So he won the American prize. This is the edit that won it for him. The original photos were this one, which is just a straight up temple photo with Terry's girlfriend sitting at the front. And then this photo that I took in Osaka. And he used the stars from this photo that I took at Monument Valley. And he combined them into this, which is crazy because like now there's like a epic walkway and like leading line towards the temple, and it's like a gate towards the temple. Like it's like, I think it's a very cool concept.
Yeah, that's super cool. That looks like the I don't know, the end boss of a game or something. That's where they live for sure. Like you got to go through this gauntlet. Like it's really epic. Like it's very impressive.
It just gives it like so much more depth, right? Like as in if you look at this photo, it just kind of like there's a temple. But if you add like just a little bit of leading lines, it just gives that photo more depth, and like all of a sudden just 2 layers and you already got like such a different photo. Just from that depth, right? So I think that's a super cool idea, and the way he executed was really nice. He also did some other edits which are super cool. I really love this one too. So it's a shot of he animated a little bit as well. It's just like the sky's moving in this one. He used this photo, the dragon temple photo, and this sand photo. I think he's using the light rays from here or something to create this edit, which is super cool and super neat. And it's just like really moody, like nice colors. The temple's more of a silhouette rather than like showing it, so it's like dark. So I think it's cool. It's just coming out of nowhere. But yeah, it's cool to see like people putting in multiple entries as well. And yeah, congratulations to Mikey who won the American prize.
Yeah, well done, Mikey. And Mikey's in chat. Hey, oh.
Yeah, there we go.
Well done, mate. Give him a follow. That's super cool.
This is the world winner. His name is Harry. I think he's in Bali. His username is Nak Bali. This was crazy. Like, we were shocked when he posted this because I thought, like, where did he get this water photo from? Like, I thought, like, I can see the train because that's my train photo. But where did he get the water photo from? So we look into it a little bit deeper, and he actually got the water photo from Terry's, like, Cinque Terre photo.
Wow.
So he got the water from here, and he combined them into this. Like, who would ever imagine a train going through a waterfall? Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's super imaginative. It's like, yeah, this one, like, we had to pick this one because it's so good. And then he also did other entries where, like, he took this photo is original from Terry, and he added like these birds and like just gave it some like the moon to get.
Yeah, it's a bit more drama.
Really cool. And yeah, definitely. And then he created this like world from Barcelona, and so you can see the stretched out Sagrada Familia in the back. Yeah, it's super cool, right? Like, he uses these two photos to create this. So yeah, these three edits pushed him over the line. But yeah, he does like a lot of different Photoshop work as well. So if you can see on his feed, it's like pretty clean work. It's nice. But yeah, so those are the three winners. Maybe we can just now go through the honorable mentions.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So there was just something in chat I wanted to question I missed. Let me just make sure I scroll up, don't miss it. I don't want to miss anyone's question. Oh yeah, so Corey was just saying I'll have to submit something next time there's a challenge. Is there any more coming up? Are you guys planning another one? Are you planning one?
At
You're allowed
the moment,
to take a break.
Yeah, it's like, it's crazy because like when the competition was happening, like I follow the hashtag, so like I'm seeing all the photos every night. I would go through it and like every single one, and check them out, like, you know. So it's a lot more work than people may think. But I try to do at least one a year, like at least one big one a year. So this is the big one. And then throughout the year, I might do a couple of little ones where I put in like maybe 5 photos and the prize is maybe a little bit smaller. But I try to do a couple a year.
Yeah. And you you have a big international network of other photographers around. Do you know of any other competitions that might be on now that we could tell people about?
I think Jord Hammond is still going. Like, I don't think he's giving away prizes anymore, but you can still edit his photos. If you have the files from the FFA, you can still edit them if you want. But we've closed the link, so if you don't have it, unfortunately, you can't download it anymore. But if you already have it, if you want to edit them, go ahead, just as long as you tag us. But at the moment, I don't know of anything else, but maybe some might be coming soon. That's
cool. Yeah.
So this one here, this edit's by George S. Armando. And this is super crazy because he's used this photo. All photos were from Terry except the little guy that's me hanging on the bridge, and he's put the little basketball on top of the bridge, which is really funny. But it's like super clean. The colors are nice. It's faded out into the background, like you can see that depth. And the leading lines from the trail of the car is also really cool because it leads you up towards the person that's hanging there. But yeah, it's something I kind of would do because it's like an upside down world, like, you know, like it's something like very me, I guess, very good vibes. It's got the symmetry happening, which is definitely a Demas like indicator. Where did the basketball come from? Did that come from a totally different image or? No, so I can show you. So let me open up Lightroom. So there's this photo of me hanging on a basketball court. These are photos that were given that were able to be remixed, all of these? Or? Yes. Okay. So this is the original photo, and there's a little basketball there. So he took the basketball from that photo
Right. Uh-huh.
and picked me up, and I'm hanging there with my little basketball at the top. So it's really funny. Like it's a creative way of using that photo.
Dean was saying in chat, thanks for the feedback, Demas. That guy is defo a giant. Thanks for the great competition.
Yeah, he's the winner, Pocket Drone.
Nice.
Yeah. There's another one, Drone at Home FFA by Mel Watson. There's another FFA competition. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
This is by Bruno M.N. Costa, where he's put like this sand photo and this New York photo and combined it together. Like, this is crazy, right? Like, he's got all the shadows
really
right.
Well done.
Yeah. It's so nice. He's made like a little IGTV video as well of the whole process. So like you could just scrub through it and like watch his whole Photoshop process. So that's good to watch if you're interested.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like conceptually it's really cool. Like, and then you can see his feed as well. Like, it's kind of different. Like, he doesn't usually do these types of edits, right? It's usually like more lifestyle, motorbikes, him, and then all of a sudden he brings out this. Like, it's, you know, so unexpected.
Yeah,
but it's so
really
cool. Like, it's like such an awesome edit.
It's like what you mentioned before with the other photographers, a lot of drone photography, but then they're kind of like flexing their editing skills, you know, with this kind of excuse. I really like that. Like, I really like the like competitions and like even just hashtags that kind of come along where, you know, like the 36 days of type or whatever it is, 360 days of type, all that sort of stuff, where it gives you an excuse to kind of get out of your comfort zone. Because sometimes it can be hard to kind of go, oh, okay, today I'm just going to try something completely different. It's really cool to have like a brief and parameters and kind of a little box to play in, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely. I think, in my opinion, this one you could push it to another, like make it slightly better if you maybe added a little bit more cloud in the sky, just a little more interest, because it's kind of a little bit like flat sky-wise. But I mean, the edit's amazing already. Like, if I was to push it just a little bit, like faded clouds might be nice to just give it a little bit more mood. But yeah, it's super cool.
I've noticed that in some of your photos, and you mentioned it before with the stars in the sky in this one. I think last time you were on, we were showing the edit animation of that famous face house. And at one point towards the end of that edit, you were adding in the sky. And I remember thinking, I never really noticed the sky, like when I saw that image. But then when you added it in, I was like, oh, wow, yeah, it really pops. Like, there's just that extra level of things going on. Like, even if I didn't notice it, like objectively, like subjectively, it really did add to the composition. So it reminds me of your comment then about like the clouds, like maybe just a little bit more happening up there.
I just like, I think it's just like it ties the whole image together. Like, you don't see any flatness to it. There's like everything works as one. But yeah, it's super cool edit. Like, it's nice. I love it. This one was kind of like, it's a creative one. Like, I really like this one because M.Visuals, he's put like an Instagram live stream sort of overlay on top.
Right.
And it's got all the I think the creative part, like, I mean, the edit's really nice, the colors are nice, but the most creative part is the comments from like all the sponsors.
What does it say? It might be a little bit small for us to read.
So like Adobe here says haters will say, you know, like people say haters will say it's photoshopped, because it is photoshopped. It's like the photo of like a helicopter, and then he's remixed it. The actual background was LA before, so now he's put Paris. So Adobe says haters will say, and then DJI Global, which is a drone company, says helicopters are overrated. And then Terry says, I swear I recognize this view. And then I say, same, asterisk, looks familiar. And then Samsung goes, who needs a DSLR anyways? So it's like very creative. It's like fun, nice. Like, it's a good way to just like, I mean, he's not like tagging the sponsors to just tagging, you know, like to suck up to them or something, but he's doing it in a very creative way. So I really like the way he's done that. It's like playful, nice, and colors are nice too. So all good things.
Should run their social channels.
Yeah, for sure. Mike actually runs World Shooters, which is the contest I entered as well, and they hosted an FFA as well.
Okay, cool.
So I think he created this edit because I created, like, we just kind of mutually created edits just for fun to help each other out. But yeah, it's super creative. I like this one. Next one is a portrait one. This one's crazy because, like, I'm not much of a portrait shooter and I don't shoot much portrait, but this one really drew my eyes because he changed the colors so much. So before looked like this. Let me try to find it. Where is it? Here we go. So this is what the before looked like. So it's quite different. It's like yellow and like light blue and sort of pale colors, and her dress was like pink. And then if you go back, like his full change, like the color, the dress is now like gray and black. The colors, the hair is pink, and he's out of these crazy clouds and glow. Like, it's so crazy. So it's really cool how he's done it, and he's made the eyes pop out a lot more. So you could like, your eyes are drawn towards her eyes. So yeah, very nice edit.
Very cool. Was that one of your photos, or was that Astrid?
No, this is Terry's photos.
That's Terry's photos. Yeah.
Yeah. Move on to the next one. This one, like, I guess like most other ones have been quite Photoshop heavy. This one, I think he just used Lightroom to edit this one. I think I just really like the way he's like balanced all the colors and made everything work so seamlessly. Like, the original photo looked like, let me find it, this. So like, it's quite different. Like, this is quite orange and red, and the shadows, you know, you can't really see much of it. Like, it's just black. And he's brought it all out. Like, you can see the trees now, the sky is popping, the leading line of this trail is popping. I think it's just a very clean, well-balanced edit, and that's why I included it in this honorable mention.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be like, if you're not good at Photoshop or you've never touched Photoshop before, you don't have to. You know, there's really good Lightroom edits as well, so you can just like try to push your colors, try to get creative in Lightroom, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Next one. This one's really cool. It kind of looks like a poster for like Japan tourism or something. And at the bottom here, it's got like "Beauty of Japan" written. And so I think it's like quite nice use of like words with an image. So he's used a couple of different photos. So the background photo is a one I took, and then the girl is a different photo from one Terry took, and then he added the lanterns. So I think this is the process of his editing, like just a little before and after color grade kind of thing. I don't know what he used to make the lanterns. Like, he used this to somehow turn it into these like floating lanterns, so which is really cool.
Yeah.
And it just has that sort of very moody Japanese alleyway vibe to it. So I just, it's super clean, super nice. Yes, nice, cool edit.
What would you change? Is there anything you could change? I'm trying to find critical, trying to push you to give some critical feedback. It's not easy when they're so good.
I think it's kind of clean. It's very clean. I think if you were just comparing this to like other winners, like I think maybe they pushed it a little bit more, but I can't really complain much about this one. It's super clean, right? Like,
yeah.
What else? Yeah. Maybe if I was to say, because like from an architectural eye, like I would straighten up the lines.
Right.
So the alleyway is a little bit like tilted to the right. But if you can just straighten up the lines, I think you'll make like the image much more balanced, maybe just a little bit more.
Yep.
So yeah. Moving on to the next one. This is quite conceptual, so it's super cool. It's like a game. Where there's a photo of this guy. So the original photo looked like this, and he somehow put a hand in there holding a phone. So he wasn't holding a phone before.
I hope he was holding the railing. It's giving me vertigo.
and he added the phone, and he connected it all to like the tops of the buildings, and there's a helicopter there, and like it's super cool, right? It's super conceptual. I think maybe this one, if I was to to just give some constructive feedback, maybe the sky is a little bit too overpowering, like the stars. So maybe I just like tone the opacity down a little bit because it looks too much like the building lights. So just give it a little more layering to the photo.
Right. There's not enough separating the background with
the sky and the building.
Sky and the buildings. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, like, it's super cool, super cyberpunk, and he's used the colors to his advantage for sure.
It's very creative as well. Like there's been lots of different riffs that you might not have you couldn't have really expected. Like this direction to take it to have like this, HUD display over the top. Coming over the top is it's just really, really creative. Yeah.
And like, I mean, just all these like lines going to the buildings, like it just leads your eyes to different places, and like it makes you so like intrigued to look at all the different parts of the photo.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. Let's see. Whoop. So this is super like cyberpunk conceptual. Very symmetrical as well. So he's taken that same temple photo and like made it super glowy, and he added like an Instagram logo in the middle, so it kind of looks like these two people are like worshipping Instagram.
Like the Church of Instagram. Wow.
Yeah. So it's super creative too, right? Like it's just like poppy. Like the pink that he's used here is quite cool. I think one thing I would say, the two people look too symmetrical in my opinion. Like I would maybe like get rid of one arm or something, like so it looks like it's something different. Just so that like there's a point of difference, so it's not like obvious that you've mirrored her.
Yeah.
But other than that, like it's super cool edit. Like it's nice. It glows. It brings your eyes towards the temple, and if you notice that Instagram logo, it's just like clever, right? It's funny. It's like really cool. Everyone's worshipping the gods of Instagram or something. And it's funny, his caption says, "Suddenly it's all right to be on social media 24/7 as long as you're safe at home."
So true. I like that. Yeah. I like the words and language like that people are like adding in. Like it's not just the photo, but they're thinking about the language, they're thinking about the story and the caption, and some people are being like very playful with it, which is coming out. I'm noticing, which I wasn't expecting when we're going to review some of the competition entries, which is really nice to see.
Yeah, for sure. This one is another one of the temple photo, but like it's just the leading lines of like the radial blur just draws you in a lot, right? It's super cool.
Yeah, it looks like a illustration, like it has a lot of texture, and it's drawing you in.
So he's isolated the temple and isolated this girl wearing a red cape. So that girl wearing the red cape is coming from another photo that Terry took, which is this one. So there's a girl wearing a red cape in front of the church in Milan, I think. So he's taken that and placed it on top here, which is really, I don't know, like I can't really fault this one. I think it was very close to winning, in my opinion, this one. Did
you debate at all with Terry?
Oh yeah, we had lots of debates.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, but this one's better because of this, but this one's better because of that. Like, it was just like, it was tough. It was like...
Was this just all on like WhatsApp because of the time zone, or did you have a call to get together, or? No,
we just typed on WhatsApp. Luckily, you can use web WhatsApp, so I just used it on my computer and just typed it on, like chat.
Yeah.
So that was easy. But I think, I'm just looking at this now, maybe the person should not be blurring, like here, like on the edges, to give it a little more definition on the edge of this person. But like if the temple's blurring and the ground is blurring, like if you put this person without the blur, it might give that person a little more pop to it. But I mean, it's so nice, right? Like it's super cool. Next one here. This is similar to like the New York, or which one was it?
The New York with the sand one?
Yeah, a little bit. But he's put like LA in the background. I think he's here, Yusuf. This is Yusuf's one in the chat.
Oh, what's up, Yusuf?
Yeah, just the use of colors is just super cool. Like his, the faded moon, the birds, very like fantasy feeling.
Yeah, very surreal for sure.
Yeah, and the layering of the sand and the city in the background. I really enjoyed the edit, and he also put out lots of different edits. So like, this was super cool too. I really love this one.
Oh, cool.
So it's like similar to that temple one, but like another radial perspective, radial blur edit. For this one, I would say maybe the person's a bit too low. So like, I always like to frame it up so that there's like a ground that they're standing on. So right now it feels like they're standing on the edge of the frame.
Right.
And also on the Instagram thumbnail, the person gets cut off. So when I'm thinking about Instagram composition, I always try to think about what it looks like on the feed, and that's why like you can, if you just add a little bit more ground, you kind of just ground the subject a little bit better. But the edit's really nice. But yeah, he did like so many edits. Like this is cool too. I don't know. There's like so many, right? Like this is all from the FFA folders. So yeah, congratulations to Yusuf, who did so many crazy edits. This one's another one. But yeah, like I think my favorite one out of them all is this one, because just the colors are just like the way he's done it has like a very nice vibe to it.
Absolutely. Oh, it's super cool.
This one I thought was very creative because he's used these two photos. So like the photo of my friend in this escalator, and then the star photo, and then I think he used a radial blur or something to make the stars like trail, like long lines, and then put it in the background so it looked like it's a tunnel to like space or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just like, it looks simple, but like the concept itself is quite strong. So yeah, I just like the way he's done it, because the tunnel itself is very futuristic looking already. He's even changed like these, what is it called? Those escalator lines. They used to be yellow, so he changed them to green to just give that like more like space vibe rather than an escalator vibe. So yeah, I thought it was quite clever the way he's done it.
It's a great attention to detail, like changing that, like changing the escalator thing. Like I really like
and
those
again,
small
like
details.
If you look at his feed, it's all like landscape photography. It's all more nature and like drone photography as well. So like just to see someone do this is such a big change, and like being able to pull it off so well, it's like really, really cool.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I think one thing, it's like a little bit of balance for the photo. So like if you see here on the right, there's like a little bit more gap than this side. So like I would push the whole image slightly more towards the right just to get it more centered. But that's just like, there's me nitpicking, right? Like it's just like,
oh yeah,
it's already such a cool edit. But yeah, that's super cool.
Just so you know, we've got 9 minutes left on our clock.
Okay. There's a few more to go through, but we'll get there. This one, I really like. It's in Shibuya, and like Japan's very well known for like its origami and stuff. So it kind of like turns Shibuya into like some sort of origami.
That is cool.
So it's like, I don't even know how he's done this, but it's like flipping it, and it's just like, I really like it. It's just like the concept is super strong and the edit is nice. But yeah, I think if I was editing, I would just like tidy up a few things. So like there's like legs that are cut off, like in the little seams. So I would just like tidy them up a little bit more. But it's so cool, right? Like it's
a great idea.
I can't believe like I could find like at least like 30-40 edits that I could even talk about today. Like it's so crazy how like the level of competition. This one, it kind of plays a lot with the idea of motion blur that I always do with my like panning photos. So he's used this with the plane photo. So he's just added that slight motion blur to the background just to bring that plane out a little bit more and pop it out. He didn't like exaggerate it too much, but I think just adding that little bit gives that plane that sense of movement. So I really like it. And just the colors he used really matches with the scene. So yeah, I think this edit is quite clean, quite nice, and it's simple. And yeah, well done to Kurush Power. This one quite similar to a few of them, but he's added an element of like this man getting sucked up into the Arch de Triomphe
To the city.
upside down.
Oh wow, it does look very alien, doesn't it? The way the colors have been edited.
Yeah, so like again, a very interesting concept, upside down world. Yeah, really cool. And he's added this sort of like glow from the top of the Arch de Triomphe, so it's like a spaceship looking thing. I think it's very nice. I think I would just tidy up the edges here a little bit if I was editing, to just make this more of a volume rather than like bleeding out, so it kind of looks like it's like endless. So I think so, because if you're going for a spaceship vibe, you kind of want this to be more of a volume. But that's just again me nitpicking, right?
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, super cool edit. This one, I think it's just like a very nice like collage of like Japan, and like she's like put all the different Japan photos in the folder and compiled them into one, and like double exposured all of them. I don't know, it's very clean, very neat, and like again, it could be like a poster for like Japan tourism as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like
It's
a
so
postcard.
cool. Yeah, they should definitely make this into a postcard. Like the trees all blend into the umbrella, the trees blend into her kimono, and it's like super cool.
Very good.
I don't see anything wrong with this one. It's just nice. This one is the last still one. He's just used this image of, where is it? This road, this like highway, and just like duplicated like a million times and created like this crazy highway system. And he's like, it's complex, but it's just like so nice to see with the eye. Like imagine seeing this in real life. It's so crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like all these like loops around the columns and stuff. Like it's very imaginative, and I like the way he's thinking about it. But yeah, like you can see a little bit of duplication. So there's a bus here, there's a bus here, but I think the way he's done it is quite nice. Like you can't really tell that it's been duplicated. So I think that's a good job on his part.
Yeah, great.
Should we go through some of the videos then?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So the rest are the videos. There's 4 more. So the rest, the other 4 are videos. If you look at this one,
so I'm gonna play it on my side because I have.
You just play all 4. I just talk about it.
Okay. Let's see if that comes up. Look at that.
So yeah, so this one, he's animated the dragon, which is crazy from a still, and like even just the little subtle movements of the body and just like constricting around the building. Like it's just like, how do you even do that?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and it's so seamless. The sky's moving nicely. The hair's bopping up and down. It's nuts. Like, it's just like brought this image to life, which is crazy.
Very good. Even the zoom in and out effect, like just adds that extra level of depth. Like there's that more stuff going on. There's more drama. It's more
for sure, and like
entertaining.
Yeah, the scale on the dragons moving as well. Like yeah, I don't know. It's just like crazy. Again, this one was very close to winning. Everyone here was so close to winning. Like it's just like we found it like so tough to pick.
Yeah.
If you go to the next one, it's by Jam Tuna.
Let me see if I bring up the right one.
It's that one. So I think he was inspired by Spirit Away. So like all these creatures that are flying at the bottom is No Face from Spirit Away. And he's full animated the lights like flickering on the side.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. And the moon in the background just giving that temple more of a silhouette. I think if I was to criticize this one, I think I would just brighten it up a little bit more, because I think it's like slightly too dark to the point where like you can't really see it on some screens if your screen brightness is low or something, right? If you just bring it up the brightness a little bit more, like I think it just might pop out the image. But I mean it's super cool, and the concept is very strong, and it's amazing. And to be able to animate let's go to the next one.
I didn't know who this was, so I just called it Egg.
It's by INVZN_, and he's like, there's this building in Hong Kong, which is crazy, and he's turned it into like a spaceship, which is even more crazy.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, and it's just a living video, but it's
sorry.
it's not. It looks simple, but like it's just like a good edit, right? Like it's amazing. Yeah, well done to him to editing that. And then let's maybe just go to the last one.
Yep.
That's by Roman. I think he's in the chat. This is insane. So apparently, in this caption, he said he took him 13 hours to edit this, because he found different stock photos and even colored some of the windows himself to turn it into night.
Wow.
So he's made the fade from day to night. The original photo is just a day shot. So he's turned it into night, and then he's even able to like turn off the lights layer by layer. So once you see that like building flickering and then the Empire State flickering at the end. So this was crazy. Like to see that someone's putting in like this much crazy effort into editing something is mind blowing. But yeah, like looking back at all those edits, like how can you pick, right? It's so hard.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tough job.
Tough
job. So many amazing entries.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're back on the screen. Sorry, we got Inception happening there. Let me change. Sorry, I can flick us over to here. Because that does take us to the end, and we've only got a couple of minutes left, and we've been through a lot today.
Yeah. I think that was super fun. I love like looking at all the photos and just like seeing how people interpret photos differently. Like it's just so crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And there were so many other things, like you would think from a photography competition, hey, just remix these photos. Seems a bit more straightforward, but people's creativity like really come through, like with the idea of like language and captioning things. Like someone created a video out of it, like the time lapse that we saw at the end there. How many different perspectives Youssef had. Like there were so many different entries there, and they were all so different. Just the creativity like shining through is great to see. And the quality is so high. What people can do.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Like, and I think like people like should check out all their work because they do such good, amazing work. You know. So I think we could use this platform to give them a shout out as well, and to check out all their work because it's so cool and it's amazing.
Give them a follow. I know Johanna's been dropping their Instagram feeds in chat as well, so give them a follow, check that out. But it's been great, Demas, hanging out with you. Thank you for taking us through the edit. Thank you for taking us through those competition entries. Thank you for running the competition because it's such an awesome thing to do.
No, it was so fun. Like I really enjoyed it, and can't wait to do more in the future, and hopefully like we can do worldwide prizes and give everyone a prize if we could. But yeah, so fun, and thank you for having me, and thank you for everyone who's watching this live. Hope everyone's gonna have a good day or a good night tonight.
Absolutely. So thank you everyone in chat, and we'll see you next time. We're actually back tomorrow with Ichban as well. So for you photographers out there in the chat, come along. We're gonna have a good time. It's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning Sydney time. I got him getting up nice and early. So we'll see you
earlier.
Yeah, that's right.
Ben was telling me yesterday his one's at 8, and I'm like, are you sure it's not? You don't have to just wake up at 8? He's like, no.
It's 8.
I have to be up at 7:30. I was like,
that's right.
Okay.
I know. All right. Thank you so much, Demas. Before we get hard cut off, I'll see you later. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.